Hi guys, I'm going to explain to you how to make plaster Paris ornaments using a jello mold. Here is a snowman. Let me pull it in a little closer. And here is a snowflake. And I'm going to explain and let you see how to do it so that you can make your own. You add some cold water to a bowl. I'm using a butter bowl. And you don't put a whole lot, you go by eye, at least I do. It's like you're making pancake mix. Now this is Pottery Blaster. You can get it from Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabrics, Michaels, and Walmart sells it. I think I got this from Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure, but I paid $4.99 for it, and I've been using it for quite a few years. And once you add the cold water, you add the plaster Paris. It looks like flour, so don't confuse it because it's plaster. And I have to scoop it out the bottom of the bucket. I put it on a towel so that if I make a mess, I can wash it. It does dissolve with water. And I usually do about 2 or 3, sometimes 4 scoops. And you mix it like you're mixing a pancake batter. And this is a simple jello mold. It's for the jello jigglers. It has peppermint patties, it has snowflakes, snowmen, and little bulbs. Now if it's too thick, you have to add more water. If it's too thin, you add more of the plaster. Let me sit back down so you can see me. And I have it a little too thick. So we're going to add some more water. And I'm using a metal fork so it cleans up easily. And you just keep mixing. Now I've got it a little too thin, I think. It's sort of like a 2/3, 1/3 ratio. You make sure there's no lumps, just like when you're baking pancakes, you have to make sure there's no lumps. Then you pour it into your molds. It cleans up rather well with water, so if you make a mess, it's not a big issue. You pour it into your molds. Once you have it, all the mold holes filled, then we're going to tap it down to take any air bubbles out and add any. That's why I have a spoon, because we tap it down. We take some out where we have too much. Spin it. And you tap it like this until you get all the air bubbles out, so that way when you bring the molds out of the plastic, there's no air bubbles on the bottom. And it sets quick, so you have to do this quickly. You can't do it slowly or too slow, because if you do, then you won't be able to get your paper clips. I use paper clips to hang the ornaments with a string or a hook, depending on whatever you choose to use. I have a little too much in these now. You don't want to overfill them, because if you overfill them, then you have to clean ridges, which I'll show you that in a little while. with cleaning up the ornament after it's been set, and how you clean the edges of any edging that shouldn't be there. It's not hard. I think this is the hardest part, is tapping them down and making sure that the bubbles are completely out. Because you'll see a lot, here I'm going to pick this up so you can see. You'll see a lot of air bubbles in the ornament, and you keep tapping to get the bubbles out. Once you don't see very many air bubbles anymore, then you can stop your tapping. But if you don't get the air bubbles out of the bottom, then you're gonna, when you pull your ornament out, it's gonna be pitted. And you don't want the pits, because you actually want the mold from the plastic. You want the, if you don't get all the air bubbles out, then you'll get little pits and holes all in through the face and the belly, and you don't want that. So you have to make sure you tap the air bubbles out really well. These I let sit overnight, so I know they're cured. If you do them first thing in the morning, you don't have to let them sit overnight. Now what I use to hang them is a paper clip. It's just a regular paper clip, and I bend it open, and then I shape it how I want it to fit. Now in like smaller ones, like the center one here is really small, I will bend it with a pearl in it and then stick it in, and then do the same with each one. And once you have them in, you'll see little curvature, little markings where you placed it into it, which means your plaster is starting to set, which is good. But the little markings that you see, you will get rid of them by tapping again after you put your paper clips in. If you see it's not going down all the way, it might need a little extra bend to help it along the way. Because you don't want these, they're going to hold the ornaments, and they are quite heavy, so you want to make sure that they're in the center of your ornament. And then that's it. You let them set. Usually, if you do them first thing in the morning, they're usually good by 2, 3 o'clock. You can pop them out, and then you can start the cleaning process to clean them up so that you can paint them. And we'll see in a little bit after they cure. After you pour your molds, you have to put them out on a tray and then trim the edges so that they're smooth. As you can see here, we're using a paring knife, and you just go around the edges to make sure that they're all clean and smooth. Hi guys, I was thinking after I did the video earlier this afternoon, and I decided that instead of making y'all wait, I figured I'd pull a couple of ornaments off my tree. And as you can see, I have a lot of little ornaments on my tree. But regarding the plaster Paris, this is one we did last year, and we painted it, and then I seal it with Mod Podge. It's a matte clear acrylic sealer, and it works perfect. It makes it so they're water resistant, and if you get them wet, the paint won't wash off or anything. And here was one that we never finished painting, as you can see. But that's how I seal them, so that they last forever, unless they get broke. Then we have a problem. Normally I put the person's name and the year it was made, and this year, these were made last year, and we never put the name on it. My daughter made these last year. But I know, so what I'll do is I'll go back this year and I'll put the last year's date on the back, and it'll be put on the tree, and that's how we make them, guys. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. I haven't really done a video in quite a while, and that's because we bought a house. I bought a new car, and we've been doing a lot of work around the house. It was a fixer-upper, so it needed some work to be done, and with the holidays, it's been crazy. So if you, like I said, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I hope you have a wonderful and joyous holiday. Thank you.